The MHSAA Baseball Championships are live on the Michigan High School Athletic Association Championship Network. Welcome to C.O. Brown Stadium in Bailey Park in Battle Creek for today's Division III State Championship game in boys baseball. Today, the Hillsdale Hornets at 22-20 take on the Beaverton Beavers at 22-9. And welcome everyone to a beautiful sunshine Saturday for baseball and a state championship weekend. Boys baseball, girls softball, glad to be with you here at C.O. Brown Stadium. The Hillsdale Hornets take on the Beaverton Beavers in game 1 of 4. Later on today, the Division IV game. Reading will take on Allen Park Intercity Baptist. And then Division I, Farmington takes on Lake Orion. And then in Division II, it's Mount Pleasant against Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Teams are being introduced to one another. Let's tell you about the two teams. Hillsdale and their head coach Chris Adams in his 8th year coming at one. He's 113 wins, 139 losses. Hillsdale has won a state championship in football and other sports, but never in baseball. This is the first time for Hillsdale. Meantime, for Beaverton, it's the first opportunity for a state championship at any level with the Beavers. Head coach John Mishler in his 20th year hopes that this will be his good luck charm as he heads into this game with the Beavers at 22-9. We'll take a look at the starting lineups for this ball game when we come back in just a moment. It's the Hillsdale Hornets, the Beaverton Beavers, Division III state championship game here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. And we'll give you the starting lineups right after this timeout on the MHSAA MEB Foundation Championship Network.
Then comes Mary, then comes a baby and a baby carriage.
That's very good, sweetheart. But what about the life insurance? If someone's going to have a baby, first they need life insurance. They better call their Farm Bureau insurance agent right away.
Why?
Because their Farm Bureau insurance agent will help them get the life insurance they need, so the whole family is safe and secure.
Do you have enough life insurance? Your Farm Bureau insurance agent can help. Farm Bureau Insurance, Michigan's insurance company.
Enjoy the action of MHSAA Championships on home video. FinalsDVD.com brings all the action into your living room of a variety of MHSAA final events. Leave the camcorder at home and watch the game from the stands the way it was meant to be enjoyed, and then go to FinalsDVD.com to get your keepsake video of that special moment. Some videos are available on site immediately after the game. Watch our website for information about ordering videos from MHSAA Championships from the 90s, 80s, 70s, and 60s. Check it out at FinalsDVD.com.
Stadium in Bailey Park, Battle Creek, Michigan Division III state championship game just about set to get underway. My name's Joe Jason, glad you are with us today. Starting lineup, batting order for the Hillsdale Hornets at 22-20. Leading off and playing shortstop, Mike Blanchard. Batting second at third base, Scott Lantis. Hitting third, the center fielder, Joe Veer. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Pat Veer. Batting fifth is the pitcher, Paul Stuckel. Batting sixth is the catcher, Mitchell Gabriel. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Craig Hinkle. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Mike Maystead. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Hayden Baru. It's just about set, taking the field now, the Beaverton Beavers. Wearing their red uniforms with the gray pants. They are the home team for today. And taking the hill for the Beaverton Beavers, Mark Govitz, the pitcher. Mark, a big, tall, lanky, right-handed pitcher for this Beaverton Beaver team. Govitz coming in, starting 7 games. A win-loss record of 6-1 and a 2.27 earned run average. C.O. Brown Stadium is our setting today. A beautiful sunshine day. Warm-up tosses coming from Govitz will set the defense for Beaverton. Over at first base, Jason Blades. The rest of the infield looks like this. Mike Murray's over at second. Rob Jazuski's over at shortstop. Joe Boabedason is the third baseman. In the outfield, in left, it's Ryan Longstreth. In center field, Justin Streeter, and Joe Kearns out in right field. Your catcher is Jake Ord, and Mark Govitz is your pitcher. Stepping in to lead things off, shortstop Mike Blanchard for the Hillsdale Hornets. The t-shirts for Hillsdale read, "Why not us?" We are just about set to go here at C.O. Brown. An exciting day for high school baseball. Glad you are with us. Right-handed hitting Blanchard steps into the box, close to the plate, and here's the first offering, and Govitz almost hit him and did. So the first pitch gets Blanchard. He'll trot down to first base, and there's already a runner on first pitch of the ball game. So Blanchard hit by a Govitz pitch, and stepping in now will be Scott Lannis. Lannis, the third baseman, hitting .330 on the year, and here's a steal on the first pitch, and down to second goes Blanchard with a stolen base.
He's there, Scoop! Base hit now! Come on, Scoop!
No balls and a strike. Lantis took a strike there. He squares to bunt, sends it down towards third base. That one skips off the infield grass and goes into foul territory. Govitz was there to grab it. So immediately Lantis down in the count 0-2, but trying to move Blanchard along to third. Have that runner at third with only one out. Scott Lannis digs in. Has played 41 games this season. Hitting .330. Way outside with a pitch. Count goes to 1-2. Govitz tried to get him to chase strike 3 way out of the zone. Here's the pitch, swung at, popped into foul territory. Giving chase is Jason Blades. And this one will be out of play. Jake Ord was over there, the catcher as well, but it's about 4 rows deep. Count still 1-2.
Way to battle up there, Nine!
Well, Beaverton got here with a win over Saginaw Nouvelle. Final was 8-0. There's a swing and a base hit to left. Coming around third and coming home. Here's the throw by Longstreth to the plate. It's over the head of the catcher and making a big turn at second and slipping is Lantis, and they will not throw down to second base. So Scott Lantis will get a single. He'll move on to second. On the throw to the plate, give him an RBI, and Mike Blanchard crosses the plate, and Hillsdale has a 1-0 lead. And Joe Veer, the center fielder, will step in. Ryan Longstreth yesterday pitched for Beaverton. Threw a 4-hitter in his shutout. Here's Joe Veer, right-handed hitting center fielder. Man at second, nobody out. First inning, 1-0 lead for Hillsdale. The slow curve hangs outside, ball 1. Joe Veer, a .417 hitter. Couple of home runs. 22 RBIs coming into this weekend semifinal and final play. Fastball catches the black part of the plate on the outside. Jake Ord is a rarity behind the plate, a left-handed catcher. Setting up now on the inside part of the plate. Curveball hangs high around the bill of the cap for Joe Beer, and he looks at ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. Scott Landis, your runner at second. His single brought home Mike Blanchard, and it's a 1-0 lead. That one just chopped foul outside the bag at third, and the count goes even at 2-2. Lantis, your runner at second. Mike Murray over there at the bag at second. And they'll go back, throw to him, and Lantis is back safely. Two count on the 4-17 hitting Joe Beer. Hits a liner into the gap in left center field. This one's going to get over the head of Justin Streeter and go all the way to the warning track. Scott Lannis will come home, and with a stand-up double, Joe Beer gives Hillsdale a 2-0 lead. A no-doubter in the gap by Joe Beer. And it's a 2-0 ball game, still nobody out. And Pat Beer stepping in, hitting .325. Played in 41 games this year. Lanky, long, right-handed hitter fouls it straight back into our microphone. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little fly ball to left field. Ryan Longstreth is there. He'll put that one away. Holding at second is Joe Beer. And there's one down. Paul Stuchel will be in. He is the pitcher in this game for Hillsdale and batting fifth for Coach Chris Adams. Paul Stuchel hitting .317 on the year. Slow curve, hangs outside, ball 1. And at second is Joe Beer. He doubled in the game's second run. It's a 2-0 lead for Hillsdale. 1 out, top of the first inning. Fastball, fly ball into center field. Justin Streeter giving chase. It drops in just behind the shortstop. And going out to get it, Rob Jazuski, who throws it in. And there'll be runners at the corners with still 1 out. That was a lazy fly ball that Justin Streeter and Ryan Longstreth came in from and left in center. And then Rob Jazuski was going out. It fell right between the three of them for a base hit. So Joe Beer will go to third. Stuchel gets a single. He stands at first. And Mitchell Gabriel will be the batter. Right-handed hitting catcher. Well, Mitch Gabriel hitting .286. He's got a homer and 21 RBIs coming into the championship weekend. Govitz looks in for the sign. Here's the throw down to second. Oh, and they've got the runner. Joe Beer did not come home. It was a fastball gunned down to second by Jake Ord to throw out the runner, Stuchel. Here's a ground ball to second. And that will score a run in the dirt, and got it. That will not score a run. Well, a bang-bang play. Mike Murray to Jason Blades ends the inning, but not before Hillsdale scores twice. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave a runner. We played a half inning here at C.O. Brown Stadium. It's Hillsdale 2 and Beaverton coming to bat. You're listening to the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network. If you once played high school service message from the Michigan High School Athletic.
On your toes, fellas!
Jake Ord stepping in and takes a pitch on the outside corner for strike one. We're underway in the bottom of the first inning. Beaverton up the bat. Jake Ord to lead it off. Rob Jazuski and Mark Govitz will bat. Here's a ground ball to third. Scott Lantis under his glove and into left field. Wait for the ruling on that. Jake Ord is aboard. So both teams getting on. The first pitch of the inning. Remember, Mike Blanchard was hit by a pitch, wound up eventually scoring for Hillsdale. It's Rob Jazuski, the batter, right-handed hitter, shortstop. Squared around to bunt, but did not offer. 1 ball and no strikes. Paul Stuchel, we'll get to his stats in just a moment. Throw over to first, back safely is Jake Ord. Paul Stuchel has pitched in 9 games. He has a record of 2-5 with a 3.32 earned run average. His curveball is offered at. They throw it down to first and the ball is thrown away. Ball should have been thrown down to second, and Jake Ord gets down to second with a stolen base. Well, Mitch Gabriel fired it down to first, but Jake Ord was already on his horses down to second. Swung at and missed. Rob Jazuski now finds himself down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second is Jake Ord. Mark Govitz is in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Slow curve, got him looking, strike 3. 1 away, Jake Ord down at second, and that'll bring up left-handed hitting Mark Govitz. Oh, it's hitting .394. 3 homers. 33 RBIs coming into the weekend play. Left-handed hitter crowds the plate. Ord edging off second. Pitch down low and inside, ball 1. Well, Stuchel, his strikeouts to walk ratio, 34 strikeouts, just 14 walks. His slow curve had Govitz way out in front. And it's even at 1-1. Stuchel looking in for the sign, sets, here's the slow curve, chopped at the plate, and that one will go foul. Mitch Gabriel let it roll foul down the first baseline, and it's a 1-2 count. Ryan Longstreth is on deck. He's the .500 hitter along with Jake Ord. Both Ord and Longstreth hitting over .500 this season for Beaverton. Slow curve, soft liner, or soft fly ball, I should say, out on the outfield grass and dropped by the second baseman, Hayden Barug. And down to third goes Jake Ord. That will be an error. So Mark Govitz is on first. They put an error up on the board. And here's Ryan Longstreth hitting .506. And this is a shot in the gap. Joe Veer back He'll haul it in and fall down, spin, tagging. He dropped the ball. Joe Veer went deep in center field. Fell backward, dropped the baseball. And it allows Jake Ord to score to make it 2-1. Govitz is all the way over at third. It is a 2-1 ball game. One out here in the bottom of the first. And now Joe Kern stepping in. And a strike. Kern digging in. Here's the pitch. Slider down in the dirt. Count even at 1-1. Joe Kern hitting .474. No homers, 17 RBIs coming into the weekend. Stuchel fired it over to first. Hayden Baru put the tag on over there, but Pat Veer, I should say, put the tag on. But there's a pitch right down the heart of the plate, strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ryan Longstreth over at first base. Mark Govitz over at third. Fastball just down low and outside. Count goes even at 2-2. Paul Stuchel looking in for the sign. Steps off the rubber. Looks back over at first and now foot back on the rubber. Stuchel's pitch, swung at and missed, struck him out. Well, that will end the inning, but not before. Beaverton comes back and gets a run. 1 run on no hits. There were 2 errors and they leave 2. We played an inning. It's 2-1 Hillsdale on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network. There by Joe Veer, and Mark Govitz had to stay at third. He did not score, so correction on that. Leading off and a chopper down the third baseline. That one foul. The umpire was right on top of it, and the third base coach is coming over to talk about that. Craig Hinkle, the batter. Hinkle, Maystead, and Baru, the bottom 3 in the order for Coach Chris Adams and his Hillsdale Hornets, up 2-0 at the end of 1 inning. Govitz's pitch is in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes on Craig Hinkle, the left fielder. Hinkle hits a long fly ball to left field, and Longstreth is there and puts it away. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 2nd inning. A 2-0 ball game. Hillsdale with the lead. Beaverton threatened in the bottom of the first inning but could not score. 2 errors contributing to Beaverton kicking up their heels in the bottom of the first. Pitch by Govitz on the outside part of the plate, strike 1. Mike Maysted, the batter, hitting .226 in the year. There's a fly ball to right field. This one's shallow. Joe Kern coming in, takes a couple of steps towards the foul line and puts it away. Hayden Barub will be the batter. Two out, nobody on. Top of the second inning. Govitz, slow curve, strike 1. Hayden hitting .219. See the strength in this lineup for Hillsdale. He's in the top part of the order. They've got the 300 and 400 hitters. Here's a chopper towards third. Well, that's deep in the hole. Jazuski thrown across the diamond. He'll skip it there on 2 bounces, but Barub will have himself an infield hit. It was chopped over the head of Bo Vidason down at third, and Bob Jazuski went deep behind the third baseman to backhand it. Tried to throw across his body across the diamond and could not get Barub. Top of the order, Mike Blanchard, who was hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. Quick throw over to first. Jason Blades putting the tag down there, but Barub back in time. Blanchard hitting .480 on the season. 8 home runs, 29 RBIs coming in. Here's a steal. Going down to second. Got it. Good throw. Jake Ord on the money down to Mike Murray, who applied the tag. And so Hayden Barub is out, and so are the Hillsdale Hornets. After 1.5 here at C.O. Brown, Hillsdale 2 and Beaverton nothing. You're listening to the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Radio Network. Jason Blades to lead it off for the Beaverton Beavers. They trail it 2-0 as we move into the bottom of the second inning. Joe Jason with you. Glad you're with us here at C.O. Brown Stadium. And the slow curve misses inside from Paul Stuchel. 1 ball and no strikes. Jason Blades, Joe Bobedason, and Matt Lang. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Coach John Mishler. Here's a one off the end of the bat that is nubbed into foul territory and into the crowd. Count is even at 1-1. Jason Blades hitting .344. Got a home run on the season. 9 RBIs. Played in 24 of the Beaverton games, and he looks at that one inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. There's a chopper towards third. That one under the hands of Beaverton head coach. John Mishler down there could not come up with it. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Paul Stuchel looks in. Jason Blades now digging in, right-handed hitter. Down low. Caught the plate, but just under the knees. Joe Bobadason in the on-deck circle. Fly ball to right field. Mike Maystead on the run. Towards the foul line, put it away. And there's 1 up and 1 away. Well, Joe B up to bat. Bobadason hitting 245. Probably butchering his name to death. We'll probably get that thing right before it's all said and done today. And the slow curve hangs outside from Stuchel. 1 ball, no strikes. Hillsdale got 2 in the first. Beaverton threatened in their half but could not score. And now it's the bottom of the 2nd inning. That one a little low. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Beaverton at 22-9, trying to win their first state championship of any kind in the school's history. Pitch by Stuchel is high. 3-0. Well, see if Joe's taken all the way here on 3 balls and no strikes. Stuchel looks in, quick to work. Fastball right down the heart of the plate for a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Beaverton trying to get something started here in their bottom half of the 2nd. Fly ball to left field. Hit pretty good. Craig Hinkle going back. And he will make a fine catch heading back towards the warning track. Oh, he flagged it down. Hinkle got on his horses, headed back full steam towards the warning track. But Asen gave it a ride. But Hinkle was there to haul it in. 2 up and 2 away. Matt Lang, the designated hitter, will bat. Lang hitting 254. He's batting for second baseman Mike Murray. Right-handed hitter. 1 foot deep in the box. And here's a grounder right back at the pitcher, Stuchel. Stuchel over to first. Pat Veer steps on the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Stuchel and the Hillsdale Hornets. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We played 2 innings here at C.O. Brown. It is 2-0 Hillsdale over Beaverton in the Division III State Championship in boys baseball. We're back after this on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network. Well, Matt Blanchard was up when Hayden Barub was caught stealing to end the 2nd inning. He'll lead off the top of the 3rd. Welcome back, C.O. Brown Stadium. Hillsdale up to bat, leading at 2-0 over Beaverton, and the pitch is outside. We're even at 1-1. Mike Blanchard hit by a pitch back in the 1st inning and scored the game's first run. Mark Govitz, right-handed pitcher, goes into the motion. Here it comes. Slow curve in the dirt down low. Good block by Jake Ord. And the count goes to 2-1. Blanchard digging in. Here's the pitch. Grounded towards third. That one just foul. Outside the bag at third. Joe Bobadason looked at that one and said, forget it. Can't get that one. That would have been trouble. Mike Blanchard steps back into the box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the third. Long fly ball to left, but that one foul. And we'll get back into the stands and then bounce back onto the field. Ryan Longstreth did a nice job. Field that one down and just throw it back into the diamond and start all over again. Two balls and 2 strikes on Blanchard. Here's Govitz looking in. Pitch way outside. So the count goes full. Mike Blanchard. Hit by a pitch, stole a base, scored a run. Has taken it to a full count against right-hander Mark Govitz. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Rob Jazuski charges. Flip across, will not get him in time. Mike Blanchard showing off his speed. That'll be an infield hit. Well, Jazuski did what he could to charge it at short. But the speedy Blanchard got down, beat the throw. And Scott Lantis, who singled and had an RBI in the first inning, knocked in the first run of the game, steps in. Third baseman playing in on the grass. Playing for the bunt. Squaring around and they throw over to first. Blanchard is diving back safely. Govitz looks in. Scott Landis back in the batter's box. Here's the pitch outside. Jake Ord already showing that he has a pretty good arm. Even though Mike Blanchard has a stolen base, Paul Stuchel and Hayden Barub were both thrown out attempting to steal. Blanchard getting a good lead at first. That one outside. Two balls, no strikes, nobody out. Blanchard at first. Top of the third inning. Hillsdale with a 2-0 lead there up to bat. Scoring to bunt, and here's Ord throwing it down to second. That one gets out into center field. That one on the wrong side of the bag. Mike Murray was over there, but trickled into the outfield, and Blanchard just had to stay at second. So give him another stolen base. Scott Landis now looking at a 2-1 count with a runner at second. This is where he delivered the last time up. Here's the pitch. Scoring to bunt, popping it up. Govitz has it, throw back to second, but nobody was there. Jazuski had followed the runner down the baseline from second to third, and when Govitz made the putout, there was nobody to throw it to back at second base. Well, Berrien Springs was last year's Division III winner. Coach John Donnelly beating Michigan Center last year 10-3. Jazuski in behind the runner. Here's a little pop-up that'll get back on the screen, out of play. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Hillsdale with a 2-0 lead. Here's the pitch, slow curve, lined at short. Jazuski is there to knock it down. He'll throw to first. Jazuski was actually playing behind the runner, was headed back to his shortstop position, and Joe Veer smoked it past the mound, and Jazuski made one whale of a play to get it behind the bag, knock it down, and throw out Joe Veer. Mike Blanchard moves over to third on the 4-3 ground out. Two outs, and it's Pat Veer. Flew out to left field his first time up. Here's the pitch. Slow curve, caught the outside part of the plate. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Govitz around the bill of the cap. Pat Veer laid off that. 1-1. Mike Blanchard down at third, 90 feet away from giving Hillsdale a 3-0 lead. It's 2-0 here in the top of the third. Govitz looks over at the runner. Here's the slow curve. That one outside. Paul Stuchel on deck if they can keep it going. Govitz to the set. Here's the pitch. Swung and a miss. Sawed him off at the hands on a fastball that was high and tight, and Veer couldn't hang on and wound up swinging through it and missing badly. Two balls, two strikes, two outs here in the top of the third. Here's the pitch. Swung and a missed, inning over. Govitz gets out of a jam, leaves Blanchard at third. We played 2.5. We move to the bottom of the third inning. Hillsdale leading Beaverton 2-0 on the MHSA AMAB Foundation Championship Radio Network. Two teams that have never tested the waters of a state championship game in baseball. And Beaverton trailing Hillsdale by a score of 2-0 as we move into the bottom of the third inning. Justin Streeter, the center fielder, and the number 9 hitter for Coach Josh Mishler will step in, right-handed hitter. Fouled straight back and up into the screen, strike one. Paul Stuchel quietly has himself a Justin Verlander style no-hitter here through 2 innings. That's probably a little too premature to talk about here, but no-hitters are certainly on the mind of baseball fans around the state of Michigan after Justin Verlander earlier this week threw the 6th shutout in the 107-year history of the Detroit Tigers. Justin Streeter, now the center fielder, digs in. Here's the slow curve that hangs high. Streeter, right-handed hitter, digs in, waves at one way out of the strike zone. As a matter of fact, Mitch Gabriel, the catcher, didn't even come up with it. It went all the way to the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Ord hitting .516 this season in the on-deck circle. Top of the order coming up. This one bounces up there for ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. On the right-handed hitting center fielder, Justin Streeter, hitting .261 on the season. Streeter's shown some pop in his bat. He does have 3 home runs this year. Here's a grounder. That one up the middle, a base hit. Played in center field by Joe Veer. Big turn at first by Streeter. He'll retreat with a single to lead off the third. Jake Ord safe on an error back in the first. First hit of the ball game now is a totally jinxed Paul Stuchel. Stuchel comes to the set. Fastball high and away, ball one. Not much of a lead over there for Streeter at first. Streeter now edging off the bag. 3 steps, 3.5. Here's the pitch, curveball outside. Stuchel getting a bit of a jam here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Scott Lantis just inside the bag at 3rd. And Pat Veer holding on the bag at 1st with Streeter. Here's the pitch. That one just low for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Jake Ord safe on an error in the 1st. Looking to get on here. Ahead in the count, 3-0. Fastball right down the middle. Now Stuchel just roared back and fired that one right down the middle. Rob Jazuski, the shortstop, is in the on-deck circle for the Beavers. Here's the pitch. Slow curve is popped up. 3rd baseman Scott Lantis calling for it, makes the play. Well, Jake Ord got ahead in the count, 3-0, then looked at a called strike and then popped out to the 3rd baseman for out number 1 here in the 3rd, and Rob Jazuski will be up. Jazuski took a called 3rd strike back in the 1st. Streeter, not much of a lead over there. Here's the pitch outside, ball 1.
Gotta get strikes from him, 12. Gotta get strikes. Get out ahead of him, Stokes.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. Slow curve hangs way inside. Mitch Gabriel comes out about 4 or 5 steps, has a bit of a conversation with Paul Stuchel. He's gotten behind in the count on the last couple of hitters here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Streeter at first.
Strikes, 12. Get strikes out of him.
Now digging in. Rob Jazuski looks at that one outside and it goes to 3-0. So for the 2nd batter in a row, Paul Stuchel getting in a bit of trouble. Down in the count, 3-0. We wound up getting Jake Ord to pop to 3rd. Let's see what he does with Jazuski. Here's the pitch. High for ball 4. That'll put runners on 1st and 2nd. Only 1 out. Streeter down to 2nd. Jazuski over to 1st, and Mark Govitz will be the hitter. Mark Govitz was safe on an error by the 2nd baseman, made it all the way to 3rd. Little conference on the mound. Chris Adams came out to have a little discussion. We'll see if we get a change or not. The umpire
Be smart now. Come on now. Be smart.
took a few steps out to the mound. Looked like an entire committee meeting out there. 4 infielders, a pitcher, catcher, and a coach. 7 people on the mound. The outfielders are feeling kind of left out in that one. Mastead, Beer, and Hinkle were looking at each other going like, don't we get a meeting? Big lead at 2nd now for Streeter. And swung and fouled off his foot. Mark Govitz took an awkward swing at a pitch that was down and in on him. No balls and a strike. Now the key for Stuchel is to get ahead in the count. And he's done that here. Here's the pitch. Govitz, it's a fly ball to center field. This one not very deep. Joe Veer. Oh, this is dropped by the 2nd baseman. Do they call infield fly rule? Safe at 3rd. That was an interesting fly ball, and I think we're going to get some sort of a, that should have been an infield fly rule. I think what they're going to do is there is some confusion out on the playing field right now. It should have been an infield fly rule. There is time called on the field. It was a lazy fly ball. Looked like it was going to center, and then it just died. 2nd baseman Hayden Barub went out to get it, and he dropped it. And when he dropped it, runners at first and second should have remained at their bags and did not. That should have been an infield fly rule. Runners advance. Batter automatically out, and runners advance at their own risk. Now the umpires are coming out. The umpire's job is to call infield fly rule. They clearly did not. And now there's a conference out behind the pitcher's mound. There should be 2 out in the inning and runners at first and second. After the ball was dropped by the second baseman, Streeter took off for third. They wound up forcing Rob Jazuski at second. But what should have happened here is the infield fly rule should have been called. Any kind of a pop-up, lazy line drive is an automatic out. And the umpires know it, and they just missed it. The umpires are having their own discussion. And they're telling Coach John Mishler to move away right now. And Mishler moved away took 2 steps back and 1 step forward. As soon as that ball goes in the air on the infield, the umpire should automatically yell that the batter is out. And that clearly did not happen. Well, just like I thought that ball was going into the outfield pretty good, but that one didn't even get out of the outfield or out of the infield sand at all. And rightfully so, Chris Adams is saying, hey, if that's an infield fly rule, I should have a force out here and a double play to end the inning. And he's right too. There's no really right answer. The bottom line is that the infield fly rule was not called by the umpires. I'm watching it on the monitor. I can't read lips, but
Get a strike and sting it. Come on, 9.
the umpire could clearly say, you know, hey, we missed it. But I would say the fair thing to do in this point is just put runners back at first and second.
Base hit, baby. Get a strike.
But they're going to have runners at second and third. There is no... Well, I thought there should have at least maybe been a force at second, but maybe not. Nonetheless, Ryan Longstreth will step up. There are 2 out. Runners at second and third. Streeter down at third. Jazuski down at second. And here's the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. This will bring home Jazuski. He rounds the bag, and we're tied at 2. Ryan Longstreth delivers an 2 RBI single. And it's a 2-2 tie. The unfortunate part here for Hillsdale is that on an infield fly rule, that ground ball into the outfield may have only scored 1 run. Joe Kern, the right fielder, struck out swinging back in the first inning. Throw back to first, and sliding back safely is Longstreth. Single and a couple of RBIs for Ryan. And Joe Kern, the right fielder, steps in. Here's the pitch. Slow curve right down the middle. No balls and a strike. Joe Kern hitting .474. Here's the pitch, curve inside. Part of the plate, strike 2. Bottom of the third inning, this thing tied at 2-2. Here's the pitch, fastball down low. Catcher dropped it, throw down to second, and tell you what, Mitch Gabriel did a nice job to get it down there and make a play out of it, but safe at second is Ryan Longstreth with a stolen base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second is Longstreth. He represents the lead run for Beaverton. Pop up on the infield behind. Now it's behind the plate. Gabriel puts it away, and that'll end the inning. But not before Beaverton comes back to tie it. Couple of runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 are left. And we go into the 4th inning, tied at 2. Hillsdale and Beaverton on the MHSA AMAB Foundation Championship Radio Network.
Suck up a little bit more! It wasn't out. I mean, they can't question it. I guess they don't know. Come on, Polly!
Every school for every.
And welcome back. C.O. Brown Stadium is where we're at. It's the Division III final. And Mark Govitz starts him out with a ball low. In to hit now is Paul Stuchel. And this one down low as well. Ball 2 and no strikes. Well, the umpires, we did talk it over. The umpires did get it right out there. They did. It was an infield fly rule that was called. And runners wound up at second and third. So while we may get on the umpires and say they didn't do their job, they did it exactly right and got it right there in that bottom of the 3rd inning. Arguments by both the coaches. However, it winds up being 2 runs in for Beaverton. They've tied it. Here's a line drive at first. Jason Blades takes it on 2 hop, steps on the bag at first unassisted, and there's 1 up and 1 away. Mitch Gabriel will be up. Gabriel grounded to second. Back in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one inside for a ball. Fouled away. That'll even the count at 1-1. Just 2 hits off Govitz so far in this game. Here's the line by Govitz, and the pitch, slow curve, hangs high. Pitch is fouled away. That'll even the count at 2-2. Count even at 2-2. Govitz winds. Here's the pitch. This is a little pop-up back a second. Joe Kern coming in from right field and puts it away, and there's 1 up, 2 up, and 2 away. Craig Hinkle, the left fielder, flew out to center to start the 2nd inning. He'll bat here in the top of the 4th. Right-handed hitter. Govitz delivers outside, ball 1. This one popped up on the infield. Govitz says he has it. And the pitcher takes the pop up. It's a 1-2-3 inning as Craig Hinkle pops up to the pitcher. A 1-2-3 inning. Hillsdale goes down in order. We move to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 2 in the Division III State Championship. Hillsdale and Beaverton on the MHSA AMAB Foundation Championship Network.
You guys get focused. Hey, wake up out there!
First baseman Jason Blades will lead off for the Beaverton Beavers. They tied it up in the bottom of the third inning. It's a 2-2 ball game as we move to the bottom of the fourth. Blades, Bolbadason, and Lang will be the hitters for Coach Josh Mishler. Blades looks at the slow curve that catches the outside corner. Strike one. Paul Stuchel has done a nice job pitching. He's given up 5 hits in the game. Slow curve. And that one inside for a ball. Here's the pitch, that one hanging high. 2 balls and a strike. Jason Blades flew out to the right fielder. His first time up. Looks at that one outside. It's 3-1.
Well, of course. We're not going to get a call from you.
Stuchel's going to dig in now. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 4. So a runner at first and the base on balls. Jason Blades is there. And that'll bring up Joe Bolbadason. Bolbadason flew out to the left fielder his last time up. We'll get a runner down at first. Alex Strobridge will be in to run. So Strobridge down at first running for Jason Blades, and Joe Bolbadason will be up. Third baseman in close. Mitch Gabriel had a notion to throw it down to first and did not. 1 ball and no strikes.
You can do it, Paul. Come on, buddy.
Bolbadason almost got hit in the dome. Throw back to first and safe. Alex Stockbridge almost was a victim of a Mitch Gabriel pickoff down at first. Gabriel just whipped it down to first base, and a nice try by Pat Veer to put the tag on. 2 balls and no strikes. Bolbadason looks at that one for a strike, and it's 2-1. Stockbridge is your runner for Jason Blades over at first. He has about a 3-step lead. This one bunted foul and back on the screen. Gabriel giving chase. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Division III state championship baseball game. Stuchel delivering high and over the head of the batter for ball 3, so it's a full count. Stockbridge lead at third, or lead at first. Here's the full count delivery in the dirt down low, and it's ball 4. So back-to-back walks put him at first and second. Bobadason goes down to first. Blades will trot down to second, and Matt Lang, the designated hitter, will step in. Well, Lang with a chance to deliver here. 254 hitter.
Gotta get strikes, 24. Gotta get strikes out of this guy.
13 RBIs. Little conference at the mound here, and Matt Lang will go down and talk to his third base coach. Coming up later, Reading against Allen Park Intercity Baptist. That's the 12:30 game. The Rangers against the Chargers in Division 4. Have that for you right here on the MHSAA Championship Network. Now Matt Lang looking down for the signal. Runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Justin Streeter will bat next. He's in the on-deck circle. Stockbridge getting a lead at second. Squaring to bunt, offering at it poorly, was Lang. Well, the big fella is not a bunter. He likes to put bat to baseball and hit it far somewhere. And he's looking down now at John Mishler to get the sign. Stucher outside for a ball. Back down to second with the throw. Stockbridge in safely.
Come on, 24. Dig in now. Make it.
Mike Blanchard was down there from the shortstop position to cover the bag. 2-2 tie, bottom of the 4th. Matt Lang looking down for the signals. Runners at first and second. Here's the slow curve, high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Paul Stuchel wanted that one, and so did the Hillsdale faithful. Pitch right down the heart of the plate. And that's a strike. And Lang threw away his bat like it was ball 4. And it's only really ball 2. But the count is 2-2. Lang tossed away his bat like he was just headed down to first. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Down in the dirt. That one getting by the catcher, Gabriel. And the runners will move up. Stockbridge gets down to third. And Bobadason gets down to second. And the count is full at 3-2.
It's a strike, drill it. Come on now.
And Paul Stuchel in a bit of a jam. First base is open with the number 9 hitter coming up. Lang looking down for the signal. Stuchel will work from the windup. Full count pitch, here it comes. Swung at and missed, struck him out. Matt Lang goes down on a Stuchel fastball, and Justin Streeter comes up. Streeter led off the last inning, the 3rd, with a single, and wound up scoring the first of the Beavers' runs in that 3rd inning that eventually tied the game at 2-2. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Infield will play in. And we're going to get a base runner down for Bobadason. It's going to be Michael Lyons down to run. So Mike Lyons is down at second. Stockbridge is over at third. And Justin Streeter is the hitter. 1 out, bottom of the 4th, tied at 2. Runners at second and third. Streeter digs in. Here's the pitch. Fastball framed, and they call him a strike. Mitch Gabriel took an outside pitch and framed it over the outside part of the plate nicely. 0-1. Here's the pitch. That one just off the plate, 1-1. That might have been a makeup for the last one. That one looked just as good as the other one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Come on, 3.
Stuchel into the windup. Fastball down in the dirt, low and away. And it's a 2-1 count. Here's the wind by Stuchel in the pitch. Ground ball, lined into left field, base hit. This will get 1 run home. And Lions will put on the brakes at third as Stockbridge crosses the plate, makes it a 3-2 Beaverton lead. Streeter is 2 for 2 now with an RBI, and he stands at first. Runners at the corners, and Jake Ord will step in. Ord looks down for his signs at third. 3-2 lead for Beaverton. They were down 2-0 in this game. They've clawed their way back to take the lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. That one just outside. Ball 1. Rob Jazuski in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch to Ord. Ord fouls it straight back onto the screen. Ord will dig in safe on an error in the first, popped out to the third baseman in foul territory in the third. He has scored a run. Here's the 1-1 offering. Curveball, line deep to left. Craig Hinkle way back, and gone, a home run. Jake Ord. Touch 'em all. Home run. And surrounded by his teammates at home plate, a 3-run homer. Mike Lyons scoring from third, Justin Streeter from first, and Jake Ord with a 3-run homer. And that might be all for Stuchel. A 6-2 lead. And the conference at the mound still going on. Jake Ord with a no-doubter. About 330 feet away. Down the left field line for the home run. And for Jake Ord, who only had 1 home run during the regular season, he's come up big here. Ord had a big day yesterday, too. 3 for 4, 3 RBIs in that victory over Saginaw Nouvelle. 8-0. And there is a conference going on, a couple of different places on the field. We have a break in the action. It is a 6-2 ball game. Beaverton leading Hillsdale. And the umpire is back from the dugout. Maybe that was the holdup in play. All the infielders, pitcher and catcher, and a coach are out there. And no one is yet to make a change. It will continue with Paul Stuchel. Well, what the delay was is we changed home plate umpires, and it's awfully hot. It's awfully hot down in the sunshine down there. And this will bring to bat Rob Jazuski. Jazuski grounder over to second. Hayden Barube is there, tossed to first, and there's 2 away. And Mark Govitz will step in. Well, the stoppage in play, we're told, is that they have replaced home plate umpires, and well, I tell you what, it's a struggle out there in this heat. Umpires are wearing the shin guards, the chest protector, the hat, the mask, carrying about anywhere from 3 to 6 baseballs on them at any time. Swing and a miss by Govitz. That makes the count 1-1. 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Beaverton's broken through with 4 runs to make it a 6-2 ball game. Govitz will swing and miss. 2-2. Make that 1-2. Well, Stuchel at times has looked very, very good. He just got in a little bit of trouble here in that big 3-run homer. Here's a chopper. Played off the bag at first by Pat Veer. Nobody covering the bag, and Govitz is down there to beat it out for an infield hit. Well, it was a high chopper towards second base. It was cut off by first baseman Pat Veer, and Stuchel did not get over in time to cover the bag, and Govitz is safe at first. Ryan Longstreth. Last inning sent home a couple of runners with a 2 RBI single. Here's a pitch, steal down to second, and Govitz is caught stealing, nailed by Mitch Gabriel. But damage is done here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Beaverton strikes for 4 runs. They lead it 6-2 as we go into the top of the 5th Division III state championship game. Back with more right here on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network.
Hi, Joshua. Second out of the second inning. Steps in, right-handed hitter. Face the right-handed slants of Govitz, and Govitz gets him to pop this one into foul territory and just out of the reach of Joe Kern, the right fielder. So a long strike in the books. Maystead will trot back to the batter's box and start over again with an 0-1 count. Maystead, right-handed hitting right fielder.
Hey, Mark, come on, Mark.
Govitz taking his time from the windup. Here's the pitch, swung at and missed. That one chopped at the dirt. It'll make it 0-2. Govitz now quick to work. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Got him on a called third strike. Mayset stood there looking at strike 3, and Hayden Berube stepping in. Wound up singling and caught stealing to end the second inning. 1 for 1 for Berube. Slow curve inside, ball 1. Well, Mr. Govitz is cruising along here. 7 in a row retired since the single by leadoff man Mike Blanchard, who was in the on-deck circle. And that one inside, ball 2. And Govitz going to work quickly. 2-0 pitch, line towards third. Oh, what a play by Bobadason. Throw to first, safe. Oh, Bobadason made a great play down at third. Line shot that he knocked down, went down to his knees, got up, fired across the diamond, and Berube beat it out. Berube safe at first with an infield hit, and Mike Blanchard hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first, and singled back in the third. 1 for 1 for the leadoff shortstop. And that one inside, ball 1. Hillsdale trying to get back in it here. Trailing by 4, top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch, slow curve in there for a strike. No, inside ball, throw down to first. Back safely is Berube. Jason Blades holding on the bag with Berube down at first. Here's the Govitz pitch, swung at and missed by Blanchard. 2 balls and a strike. Make that 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a delayed call in the last pitch by the umpire. That was a strike. Jason Blades holding on the bag. Throw over to first. Blanchard diving back safely. Pitch sailing high over the head of Blanchard, who just stood job to reach over with his right hand and catch it in the catcher's mitt. Ord, if you've missed it, is a left-handed catcher. Here's Govitz. Curveball lined in the left field, base hit. Blanchard's 2 for 2. Berube round second, he'll hold there. Runners at first and second. 1 out, and Scott Lantis, the third baseman, coming in. Well, after 7 were retired in a row by Govitz, back-to-back singles have put runners at first and second with 1 out. Lantis, who singled, knocked in a run back in the first and popped out to the pitcher in the third, will bat 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul at the plate. Mark Govitz trying to work his way out of trouble here in the top of the 5th. Throw to first. Oh, good play by Jason Blades to snag it. Jason had to go about 4 steps into foul territory to get that Govitz delivery over to first. Govitz now pitching to the plate, wide for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top of the 5th, a 6-2 lead for Beaverton. Hillsdale batting. Runners at first and second, trying to get something started with just 1 out. Slow curve, that misses outside for a ball. Blades will hold the runner at first. And here's a pop down the foul line, giving chase. Bobadason, and making a running stab at it was the shortstop, Rob Jazuski. Jazuski almost made a highlight film type catch running into foul territory down the left field line. Two balls and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 5th. Govitz delivery, slow curve, chop toward third. Jazuski's there. He'll go to third with it, and they can't throw it there, and he'll go to first, and everybody's safe. Jazuski looked over at third, but Govitasian was not over there covering the bag. And everybody's safe, and they'll call that an infield hit. And the bases are loaded with Hornets. And Joe Beer, the center fielder, will bat. Beer hitting .325. Make that .417, I should say. 2 homers, 22 RBIs coming into this championship weekend. Beer doubled and knocked in a run and grounded to second. 1 for 2 with an RBI. Conference at the mound. And we'll see if the infield will play in and try to go to the plate with a 4-run lead. Maybe at this point you give up the run for the out. Pat Veer will bat next. Joe Veer, a 6'2 senior. Pat Veer, a 6'5 junior, on deck. .6-2 ball game, but the bases are loaded with Hornets. Hillsdale behind in this game, but trying to climb back in it. Govitz brings to the plate, down low and inside. Ball 1. Govitz has decided to go from the stretch with the bases loaded. Joe Veer digging in. Here comes the 0-1 delivery down in the dirt. 2-0. The 2-0 delivery. Outside, ball 3. Nowhere to put him. 3 balls and no strikes. And Govitz not helping himself out here by throwing strikes. Second and short back. Here's his pitch right down the middle. Strike. 3-1. Govitz took a lot off of that one and just found the catcher's mitt. 3 balls and a strike. Govitz working very quickly. Here it comes. Fly ball into left center field. Ryan Longstreth, Justin Streeter giving chase. And it's Longstreth with the catch out in left. Tagging and coming home will be Hayden Barube, and a sacrifice fly gets a run home. It's a 6-3 ball game. Mike Blanchard will get down to third on the throw to the plate. And Joe Veer has himself another RBI in the sacrifice. And that'll bring up Pat Veer with 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Runners at the corners. 6-3 ball game. Hillsdale has gotten 1 back here in the 5th. And this one lined, little blooper down the right field line, foul over the head of the first baseman, Jason Blades. Blades down to retrieve it. Pat Veer flew out to center and struck out back in the 3rd. 0 for 2 for the junior. Runners at the corners, no balls and a strike. Slow curve, and that one around the bill of the cap for a ball. 1-1. Now Govitz looking in for the sign. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Right down the middle for a strike. 1-2. Well, Hillsdale finished 3rd in the Southern Michigan Athletic Conference at 5-3. They beat Napoleon and Sand Creek in the regionals, and then Blissfield in the quarters to get here to championship weekend. Here's the 1-2, swung at and foul tip back to the screen. Right off the top of the glove of Jake Ord. New life for Pat Veer. He has a chance to make it a 2-run ball game with a single here. But he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Govitz looks in. Neither runner at the corner going away too far, and that pitch high and outside, ball 2. Govitz deep in the box. Bat held high. The 2-2 offering. Grounded to third underneath the glove of Govidason for a base hit. And an RBI single by Pat Veer makes it a 6-4 ball game as Mike Blanchard comes home. Lantis down to second. Veer at first. And Paul Stuchel has a chance to help his own cause here. And we'll have a pinch runner here. Adam Hunt will come in. And he will run for Scott Lantis.
Great job. Great job.
So Adam Hunt is your base runner down at second. Pat Veer at first, and that's all today for Mark Govitz. Giving up a couple of runs here in the fifth. And they'll go to the ace left-hander to come in and see if he can close this thing out. Ryan Longstreth, who threw a 4-hitter in yesterday's semifinal victory, will step in and take some warm-up tosses and will come into pitch for the Beaverton Beavers. We'll be back in just a moment right after this on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Radio Network.
Changes for Beaverton. Shortstop number 12, Jaworski, went to left field. The pitcher, Govitz, went to shortstop. Left fielder Longstreet then pitching.
That's left-hander Ryan Longstreth coming in. In relief with runners at first and second, a slow curve down in the dirt, and Jake Ord is there to gobble it up. Longstreth looking in. Here's the pitch. That one up high for a ball. So Govitz goes over and plays short. And Jazuski goes out and plays left. That one fouled back into the screen. 2 balls and a strike. Left-hander against left-hander here. Paul Stuchel digs in against Longstreth. Here's the pitch. Popped back a short. And that one dropping in front of Jazuski and coming home and scoring. And now they've got a runner down at third, and they will tag out the runner there to end the inning. Pat Veer was thrown out at third, but not before Adam Hunt went around on the single by Paul Stuchel, who gets an RBI. But that ends the inning. 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning for Hillsdale. They have cut it to a 6-5 ball game. We move to the bottom of the 5th after this on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Radio Network.
4 hits, 1 man left on base. Leading off in the bottom of the 5th inning for Beaverton.
Ryan
The
Longstreth
left
will lead
field,
off.
excuse me, the pitcher, number 9,
Longstreth
Ryan Longstreth.
Flew out to center. Singled, stole a base, and knocked in a couple of runs. Back in the 3rd inning. And he pops this one straight up. Mitch Gabriel. And missed it. Pat Veer was charging in from first base as well. And Mitch Gabriel just could not get turned around right to make the play. So it'll just be a foul ball strike for Ryan Longstreth. Longstreth went 7 innings of 4-hit baseball yesterday in the 8-0 win over Saginaw Novell, and he looks at strike 2 from Paul Stuchel. It's been a pretty good ball game. 6-5 the score. Here's a grounder to short. Mike Blanchard gobbles it up, toss across, got him, 1 up and 1 down.
Next batter, the right fielder, number 7.
Right fielder Joe Kern coming in. Struck out back in the 1st inning and ended the 3rd inning with the 3rd out. Joe Kern hitting .474 on the season. Bottom of the 5th inning, a 1-run lead for Beaverton, 6-5. Fastball on the inside for ball 1. Jason Blades in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Inside part of the plate for a strike. We're even at 1-1. Hillsdale at 22-20. Beaverton 22-9. Here's the 1-1. Swung at, chopped foul. Still a lot of baseball left in this Division III state championship game. Here's the pitch. Swung at and missed. Struck him out. Joe Kern goes down swinging. And Jason Blades,
First baseman, number 44, Jason Blades.
flew out to right, walked and scored a run. Back in the 4th inning, 0 for 1 will step in. Remember, Jason Blades got up in the count 3-0. That got down to 3-2. And forced a walk. Oh, and it hit the bat, foul ball. Actually, he got behind in the count his last time up and worked his way for a walk. Dennis Wildy is behind the plate now in this game. Replacing the home plate ump. There's a liner towards right. Oh, and played on 1 hop. Nicely by Mike Maysted out in right field. A sharp line drive single by Jason Blades going the other way, and with 2 outs in the 5th, Joe Balbadason comes in. Here's the wind and the curveball just a bit inside. Jason Blades, the runner at first. Swung at and missed. And Balbadason goes to even in the count at 1-1. Balbadason flew out to left. Walked and scored a run. Back in the 4th inning. That one just inside, 2-1. And that one a strike. Appealed down to first base. No, they say he did not offer. 3 balls and a strike. Just Like the umpire was going up with that right hand, but he actually pointed down to the first base umpire who said he did not go around. 3-1, 2 outs here in the 5th. Runner at first is Jason Blades, and ball 4, he walked him. Blades moves down to second. Malvedason gets down to first. And Matt Lang struck out his last time up, 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the pitch. Curveball, strike. Stuchel looks in. Did he catch the outside part? No, 1-1. He wanted that one. He walked halfway home after that pitch. Count is even at 1-1. Stuchel looking in, goes to work quickly. Popped up on the infield. Second baseman Hayden Birud is there in the outfield grass to put it away. Well, a couple of walks, but no damage really done. Beaverton leaves 2 on. We've played 5 innings here at C.O. Brown. 6-5 Beaverton over Hillsdale, Division III state championship in baseball. Back after this on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network.
Score at the end of 5 complete innings, Beaverton 6, Hillsdale 5. Want information about a great college scholarship opportunity? Check out the Michigan Army National Guard. Qualifying students can receive over $40,000 financial aid and graduate from college virtually debt-free. For more information, visit the National Guard website at 1-800-GO-GUARD.com. Today's championship games will be broadcast on the MHSAA Internet Broadcast Network. Fans can listen to the games live or anytime on demand. Visit the MHSAA Internet Broadcast Network website to find out how your school can get its games on the air. Keep friends, family, and alumni up to date. Check it out at MHSAAnetwork.com. Leading off for Hillsdale in the top half of the 6th inning. The left fielder, number 2,
the
Craig
left-hander
Hanko.
in to pitch now. He came in relief back in the 5th inning. He'll start the top of the 6th inning. And the first pitch is grounded towards short. Govich is there. Throw to first, and Blades on the bag. 1 up, 1 away on 1 pitch. Mitch Gabriel grounding out. Well, in yesterday's win for Longstreth, he went 7 innings, only gave up 4 hits, struck out only 3. He is a control pitcher. This year his record is 9-2, including yesterday's victory. An earned run average right about 2. That one just inside for a ball. Longstreth delivers. That one popped up on the infield. Albedason in foul territory. Will put it away, fighting the sun. Lost his hat. And 3 pitches and 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And Mike Maysted, the right fielder, flew out to right and took a called 3rd strike back in the 5th inning. Will bat. Maysted actually started the inning striking out last inning before Hillsdale wound up nibbling away and getting 3 runs in that inning. Back-to-back-to-back singles, a sacrifice. Another single. Plated 3 runs, and then Pat Beer was thrown out trying to get to 3rd. 1 ball and 1 strike. Maysted digs in, looks at one just outside for a ball. 2-1. Longstreth kind of looking in like he wanted that one. Left-hander from the windup. Here it comes. Line down the right field line. That'll be foul. Joe Kern giving chase, but that one landing outside the bullpen area down there. So Maystead digs in. Count even at 2-2. 2 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Longstra taking a long time. Now he comes to the plate with a slow curve that gets him for strike 3 and the inning's over. 1, 2, 3. Mike Maystead takes a called third strike for the second time this afternoon. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Beaverton leading Hillsdale 6-5 on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Radio Network.
Waiting out there to just pick up a whistle and get back in the game. High school sports need new officials now more than ever. If you're a prep athlete, officiating is a great way to give something back to the game, stay in shape, meet new people, and help kids enjoy the same opportunities you had in school sports. So make the call. Register online now at MHSAA.com and get back in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of the game today, we truly appreciate your cooperation as you leave. If you would pick up any cups, containers, or other litter around you and deposit them in the trash receptacles on the concourse. Please help us keep this classroom clean. Thank you. Leading off for Beaverton in the bottom half of the 6th inning. This is
Well, they call him Stooch. Paul Stoochel still in the ball game here as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be the bottom of the order. Justin Streeter followed by Jake Ord and then Rob Jazuski. The 9, 1, and 2 hitters for head coach John Mishler and the Beaverton Beavers here in the bottom of the 6th. And a wave at a fastball that was high and tight puts Justin Streeter down in the count early here, 0-1. 1 run in the first, 2 in the third, and 3 runs in the third. And the chopper is short, is gobbled up. Mike Blanchard toss across, and there's 1 up and 1 away. A 6-5 ball game. Jake Ord last time up, 3-run homer. That made it 6-2 at the time. Looks at a slow curve, in for a strike. Safe on an error in the first. Popped out to the third baseman in foul territory in the third. Hit a 3-run homer back in the fourth. Looks at that one high, 1-1. Curve hangs high inside, 2-1. Here's the pitch. That one just missing outside. Here's the pitch, popped up. That one's going to get back on the screen. And back into the crowd, actually. And the count will be full at 3-2. So Jake Ord. Went 3 for 4 yesterday. Digging on the full count pitch. Way outside, got by the catcher. Gabriel will have to hustle after it. Ord goes down to first with a walk. And so with 1 out, Rob Jazuski coming in. Jazuski took a called third strike back in the first, walked in the third, and grounded to second in the fourth. 0 for 2. And a run scored. Ord not much of a lead at first, but he will go. Pitch out, throw down to second is high, and Ord is in safe. Jazuski looked like he wanted to maybe square around and bunt it, but the pitch was high and way outside. He really couldn't offer at it. And Mitch Gabriel had to come out of his catcher's stance, go high, and by the time he got set to throw, it was too late. Ord was already down at second. 1 ball, no strikes. Jazuski digging in. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, out of play to the right. Count will go to 1-1. Reading against Allen Park Intercity Baptist at 12:30 today. That's the Division IV game. Farmington takes on Lake Orion. That's later at 3:30 in the Division I game, and Mount Pleasant will take on Orchard Lake St. Mary's in Division II tonight at 6:30. Next offering from Stuchel hangs high, and it's a 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1 offering from Stuchel. Fastball down in the dirt, outside and low. It's a 3-1 count. The runner at second is Jake Ord. He's there with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Beavers would like to get an insurance run or two. They're 3 outs away from a state championship. Here's a pop-up behind the plate. Gabriel will come back to the screen, and did he make the catch? No. Gabriel shaking it off. Gabriel, just a sophomore, getting the start behind the plate. Here's the full count pitch. Hangs inside for a ball. And Jazuski gets another walk. And so runners at first and second with 1 out. Mark Govitz into the game. Mark Govitz is the pitcher of record to get a win in this game. He cannot lose. Left-handed batter. Swings and hits a little floater out past second base. Giving chase and not making the catch out there is Hayden Barub. And throw to second and a force out. Nice heads-up play by Barub to get Jazuski forced at second. So Govitz will hit into a fielder's choice. He's safe at first. And there's 2 out, and Ryan Longstreth will step in. Longstreth 1 for 3. Knocked in a couple with a double back in the 3rd. In between, then he's flown out to center and grounded out to short. Runners at the corners, line drive into left field. Craig Hinkle comes in, battling the sun, makes the catch. That'll end the inning. Well, 3 outs left for Beaverton, and the fans are on their feet, and so are Hillsdale. Top of the 7th inning coming up.
Still doing the 6 complete innings, Beaverton 6, Hillsdale 5. We remind you that following the conclusion of this championship game, we will award medals and trophies to both teams. Spectators will not be allowed on the playing field before, during, or after the award ceremony. Fans should meet your team to celebrate and take pictures in the picnic areas beyond the main grandstands on the first and third base side of the field after the awards have been presented. We ask all fans to stay in their seats so the award ceremony may begin immediately at the conclusion of the game. Thank you. In the top half of the 7th
from
inning.
both sides as we head to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Hayden Barub to lead things off. Hillsdale down to their final 3 outs. And the ace of the staff, Ryan Longstreth, into pitch. And his first pitch is high for ball 1. Hayden Berube singled back in the second, singled again in the fifth. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. And he looks at ball number 2 down low and inside. Longstreth quick to work. Berube takes it down the middle for a strike, 2-1. For Beaverton, they've never won a state championship in any sport. They're trying to do it here. A swing and a miss by Berube. Longstreth struck him out. Foul tip into the glove of Jake Ord. 1 up and 1 away. Well, Longstreth is not a strikeout pitcher by any stretch of the imagination here. In his 7 innings of work yesterday, he only had 4 strikeouts. He's not overpowering, but he is a crafty left-hander. Changes speeds, moves his pitches around, and now it is the top of the order. Mike Blanchard hit by a pitch, and then back-to-back singles and a run scored. Throwing a stolen base in there for Blanchard, who's done just about everything. He takes ball 2 high and away. 2 runs scored for Blanchard in this game. He'd like another one. That would tie the game. Looks at one outside for ball 3, and Blanchard is a speedster. He'll square around to bunt, and Longstreth will throw it in there for a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Blanchard in no hurry to get back in the box. Now Longstreth goes to work. Here's the 3-1, fouled away. That one off the end of the bat, a cue shot that goes just past the Hillsdale dugout. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Beaverton faithful on their feet. Here's the full count pitch. Slow curve hangs high, and Blanchard and Hillsdale have life. Longstreth will pitch from the stretch, and it's Scott Lantis to bat. Takes a called strike right down the middle. Scott Lantis has singled, knocked in a run, popped out to the pitcher, singled and scored back in the 5th. 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Here's a pitch out, and Blanchard not running. And Jake Ord's already thrown out 2 runners in this game. However, Blanchard has the only 2 stolen bases against Ord today. Here's the slow curve. Down to second, stealing, and did they get him? No, he's safe. Mike Blanchard is down at second with a stolen base, his 3rd of the game. The count even at 1-1 on Scott Lantis. And Mike Blanchard 180 feet away from tying it up here in the 7th. Blanchard trying to dig the dirt out of his jersey after a hard slide head first into second. Scott Lantis, right-handed hitter, digs in at the plate. Here's the 1-1. Swung at and missed. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Slow curve, just outside. Longstreth down to his hands and knees, wanting that one for a called 3rd, didn't get it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second is Blanchard. Here's the full count pitch, swung at, fouled away. That one down the right field line, but it'll be out of play. So Scott Lantis digs back in. Longstreth looks in. From the set, here's the pitch. That one fouled away again. Lantis hanging tough on 3-2. Blanchard edging off the bag at second. Mike Murray is over there to hold him on. Here's a line drive into left field. That will score a run up the gap. Jazuski giving chase. We're tied at 6. An RBI single in the 7th by Scott Lantis, his second RBI of the game, sends home Mike Blanchard from second. We're tied at 6-6. Govitz cannot win the game now, but Longstreth is on the hook for the runner at first. And there's still only one down, and Joe Beer up. Here's the pitch to Veer, swung at and missed. That one in the dirt at the plate. Veer has a double and an RBI back in the first, a ground out to second, and a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the 5th. He is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. 101 and 2 if you're looking across the box score for Veer today. That one down in the dirt low as Longstreth came back with the same pitch that Veer chased. And now it's a 1-1 count. 1 out here in the 7th. Game tied at 6. Slow curve swung at and missed by Veer. Popped out of the glove of Jake Ord. And the count goes to 1-2. Well, it all started with the speed of Mike Blanchard. He wound up with a 1-out walk, stole second, and scored on the single by Scott Lantis. Here's the 1-2. That one fouled straight back and over our heads. 1-2. Here's the pitch, swung and a miss, struck him out. So Joe Veer goes down swinging, and Pat Veer, who is 1 for 3, steps in. Veer, his last time up, singled and knocked in a run, and was out trying to advance to third. 1 for 3 on the game and an RBI. Here's the pitch, and right down the middle for a strike from Longstreth. Six, 11, and 3 for Hillsdale. 6-6-0 for Beaverton. Fresh set of baseballs coming out. No balls and 2 strikes. Pat Veer digs in. Here's the 0-2. Soft liner towards second. Glove by Mike Murray, and but the damage is done. Hillsdale forces across a run to tie it, and will go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Our score tied 6-6. Beaverton and Hillsdale. The Beavers coming to bat on the MHS.
Leading off for the Beavers in the bottom half of the 7th inning, the right fielder, number 7,
Paul
Joe
Stuchel has
Kern.
gone all the way for Hillsdale. And he will be in to pitch again in the 7th inning as the 5, 6, and 7 hitters are up for Coach John Mishler, Joe Kern, Jason Blades, and Joe Bobadason. And the first pitch is fouled back and out of play behind Mitch Gabriel, and he'll let that one go, and it's an 0-1 count. Joe Kern struck out twice in this game, 0 for 3. Here's the 0-1, slow curve, strike 2. Boy, Stuchel took a lot off of that. Bend right around the plate. Here's the 0-2, curve, swung at, fouled back into the screen, still an 0-2 count. Well, the Beavers were 3 outs away from the state championship, but Hillsdale scoring a run in the top of the 7th inning to tie it at 6. That pitch outside, 1-2. Here comes the pitch, slow curve, strike 3. Caught him looking. Joe Kern strikes out for the 3rd time in the game. This time he strikes out looking, and Jason Blades, the first baseman, will step in. Blades wearing that familiar number 44 Henry Aaron number. Big right-handed hitter, open stance. Here's the pitch from Stuchel, and tied him up with a curveball on the fists, and he swung around and missed. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that one in there for strike 2. Paul Stuchel has not given up a run since the 4th. He's ahead 0-2 on Jason Blades. Blades swings and strike 3. Blades was hit by the pitch, but he swung and he's out. That was a good call by the umpire. Two outs here in the 7th. Joe Bobadason will step in. Now, if he's trying to get away from it, that's one thing. But he took a cut at that one. That was that curveball that tied him up. The first pitch in the at-bat. So Joe Bobadason will step in. Flew out to left. Walked. Has walked twice. 0 for 1. Scored a run in this game, too. Nobody on, 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Curveball, that one tied him up inside 2, and it was chopped foul. Well, Stuchel happy to work the inside part of the plate here in the 7th inning. That one chopped foul at the plate, 0-2. Well, Stuchel is a strike away from striking out the side. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball up high, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 offering. Curveball swung at and missed, struck him out. Paul Stuchel strikes out the side. We've got extra innings in the Division III game. We go to the 8th. Tied at 6 on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network. has been a crazy game here in the Division III state championship game. Hillsdale got out to a 2-0 lead. Beaverton made it a 2-1 ball game, took a 3-2 lead, then a 6-2 lead, and Hillsdale has clawed their way back into this one to tie it as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Paul Stuchel will step in against Mark Govitz, who's back into pitch. Here's a fly ball into center field. And in to gather it is Justin Streeter, and there's one up and one away. Mitch Gabriel will step into pit to a hit. Gabriel grounded to second, flew out to right, and grounded to short. And he looks at a pitch outside for ball one. Govitz finds the plate with that one, 1-1. Sunshine straight up as we get past the 11:30 a.m. point here on this beautiful Saturday. Here's the 1-1. High and tight, 2-1. Govitz to the line, pitches fouled straight back. That one hitting the railing, right behind the catcher and right in front of the fans. Full count pitch coming. Swung at and missed, struck him out. 2 up and 2 away, and Craig Hinkle, the left fielder, steps in. Hinkle's flown out to center, popped out to the pitcher, and popped out to the third baseman. 0 for 3 for Hinkle. Here's the windup in the pitch. Slow curve, lined over the head of the shortstop and into left field for a base hit. Played on a few hops by Justin Streeter, the center fielder, in left center. And a 2-out single by Craig Hinkle. He's now 1 for 4, and Mike Maystead will step in. Maystead flew out to right and then took a called third strike his last 2 times up. He's 0 for 3. Maystead digs in close, stance for the right-handed hitter, swings and misses at one down in the dirt. No balls and a strike. Govitz back down to first on the throw by Ord, and the count goes even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swung at, grounded towards second. Murray is there. Step on the bag himself at second for the force out, and that's all. Bottom of the 8th inning we go. Just a single by Craig Hinkle in that game. No runs, a hit, so no errors. They leave one. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Tied at 6, Hillsdale and Beaverton on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Radio Network.
for Matt Lang.
Website for information about it. 70s and 60s. Check it out at Finals.
First pitch delivered to designated hitter Matt Lang, sails high for ball one. Paul Stuchel still in there, and now he delivers strike one. 1-1 count, start the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be the bottom two, Matt Lang and Justin Streeter, and then the leadoff hitter Jake Ord, who already has a 3-run homer in this game. Slow curve, waved at and missed. And it's a 1-2 count. Paul Stuchel has become unhittable here of late. Struck out the side. That one in the dirt outside, 2-2. Struck out the side in the 7th inning. Lang 0 for 3 in the game. .5'10" senior outfielder, and the pitch gets away in the dirt. Swung at and missed. Throw down to first, and the putout. Justin Streeter will step in. So it's a strikeout and a putout, catcher to the first baseman. And Justin Streeter, who has a couple of hits and a ground out to short, a couple of runs scored and an RBI as well, will step in. Streeter's had himself a pretty good day at the plate. On deck, Jake Ord. Fastball, high and away, ball one. Here's the windup and the pitch. Curveball in there. Just high. 2 balls, no strikes. Whoa, that was close. 2-0 the count. Justin Streeter digs in. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Got the corner for a strike. Here's the 2-1. That one misses low for a ball. 3 balls and a strike. Justin Streeter. Stuchel wiping his brow. Took off his cap a moment, and now Justin Streeter will step out, get reset in the batter's box. Here's the 3-1. Swung at, foul tip, caught by the catcher Gabriel, and it's a full count. Streeter will dig in. Here's the full count pitch. Good defensive swing to just foul it back over our heads on the roof. Count full. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-6 tie, Division III state championship ball outside. And Justin Streeter represents the state championship run down at first base for Beaverton. Jake Ord, who already has a 3-run dinger in this game. A no-doubter to left field. Steps in. Safe on an error. Popped out to the third baseman. Hit a 3-run homer. Walked and stole a base his last time up. Here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. Well, he takes that one for a strike. Delayed strike call. Stuchel looking in for the sign. He'll go from the stretch. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Curve high and inside. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Extra innings. Bottom of the 8th. Jake Ord, the catcher. Swing and a miss. On deck, Rob Jazuski. Here's the 1-2. Slow curve, popped up on the infield. Streeter hustling back to first. That one in foul territory. Glove down by Mitch Gabriel. And there's 2 down. Rob Jazuski took a called third strike back in the first. Scored a run in the third after walking. Grounding out the second. And then walking again in the 6th inning. 0 for 2 for Rob. Winning run at first base for the Beaverton Beavers. And the first pitch sails high for ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike. Jazuski digging in. Stuchel to the set. Here's the throw down to second on a steal, and caught stealing down at second is Justin Streeter for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. Our score tied at 6. Division III state championship between Hillsdale and Beaverton. After this on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network.
Hillsdale in the top of the 9th inning, second baseman number 8, Hayden Barrow.
Alan Warner struck out his last time up. He has singled and scored a run. Hutchins 2 for 3. And he looks at a first pitch strike from Mark Govitz. Next one's way outside, 1-1. Hillsdale, although they have won state championships in football, they have not won a state championship in baseball. So both teams actually trying for first in their respective sports. However, Beaverton has never won a state championship of any kind. Two-strike delivery, liner towards short. Second and through for a base hit. Mike Murray didn't get his glove down in time. And so Hayden Berube has his 3rd hit of the game. And he's at first base with nobody out and Mike Blanchard up. Blanchard drew a walk, stole a base, and wound up scoring the tying run in the 7th inning that sent it to extra innings. He will bunt. It's caught by the catcher. Throw down to first. Over the head of Jason Blades. This could get him down to 3rd. No, but Hayden Berube will go into second. A heads-up play by Joe Kern down in right field to turn an overthrow and a would-be disaster into a manageable play. So Mike Blanchard pops out to the catcher. 1 out, runner at second. Scott Lantis, who had the RBI single that tied the game back in the 7th inning. pops this one foul behind the plate. No balls and a strike. One on the outside part of the plate. 0-2. Hayden Berube down at second base. Fouled away, out of play to the right. Lantis 3 for 4. 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored in this game. Good day's work for the third baseman for this Hillsdale Hornet team. Pitch sailed high for a ball, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch lined up the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes Berube. They're sending him home. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's up the line. And going into second, standing, is Scott Lantis. He'll get a single. He'll go to second, an RBI, and maybe the game winner as Hayden Berube comes home to score to make it 7-6. That was a conference at the mound. See if they will stay with Mark Govitz. There's a runner at second, only 1 out. Another RBI single for Lantis. He has 4 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored so far. Govitz will stay in. Remember, at one time I said Govitz can be the winning pitcher in this game. He cannot be the losing pitcher. That is when they brought Ryan Longstreth into the game, leading 6-5. Now it's gone just the opposite way. Govitz back into the ball game. He can indeed be the losing pitcher in this game. Lantis off the bag at second. Murray trying to hold him on back there. They look back. Murray retreats to his position. Grounder to short. Jazuski throw to first. Nice stretch by Jason Blades to put him out there. Runner advancing to third is Scott Lantis. And there's 2 away, and it'll be Pat Veer to bat. Pat Veer has flown to center, struck out, singled, and popped out to the second baseman. And he looks at the ball outside. Looking ahead into the bottom of the ninth, it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Jazuski, Govitz, and Longstreth. And that pitch in there for a strike. Scott Lantis is 90 feet away, trying to get home and make it a 2-run game here in the ninth. Ground ball, that's a base hit line drive into left center field. Lantis will score on an RBI single by Pat Veer. And it's now 8-6 Hillsdale. Paul Stuchel will step in. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander, and he pops it up on the infield. Jazuski says he has it. He'll put it away, and the inning is over, but the damage is done here in the ninth. 2-run score, and Hillsdale is 3 outs away from a state championship. They lead 8-6 over Beaverton. Back for the bottom of the ninth after this on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network.
pray to God that he just answered my prayers.
Well, Beaverton had their chance, 3 outs away from the state championship, and could not get it done as Hillsdale squeaked out a run to tie it at 6. And now, after 2 more runs by Hillsdale in the 9th, they are 3 outs away from a state championship. First pitch swung at by Rob Jazuski. Pops it up. Catcher Mitch Gabriel puts it away right at home plate. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 9th. Mark Govitz will step in. Govitz safe on an error by the second baseman. Popped out to the second baseman. Singleton was caught stealing and safe on a fielder's choice. 1 for 3 for Govitz. 1 for 4, excuse me, and now 2 for 5 as he hits that one in the gap in the right center. Misplayed out in the outfield by Mike Maysted, and Govitz is going to third. That one thrown by the second baseman, and Govitz is in sliding at third base. That'll be a single and a 2-base error. And the Hillsdale faithful are pretty quiet. Govitz standing down at third. Another conference at the mound between the entire infield. 1 out here in the 9th. And Ryan Longstreth, who's had a couple of RBIs in this game already with a single. Mitch Gabriel going out and instructing his infielders and outfielders on where to play. The infield will be in. Stuchel from the windup delivers high and outside. Ball 1 to the left-handed hitting Ryan Longstreth. 1 for 4 and a couple of RBIs. Throwing a stolen base for Ryan. Slow curve. In there for a strike. 1-1. Open stance for the left-handed hitting Longstreth. Stuchel. Slow curve. Just outside. 2-1. Govitz down at third. 8-6 the score. 2-run lead for Hillsdale, 2 outs away from the state championship. Longstreth sticks his bat out. Does a good job of fouling it away. Count at 2-2. Joe Kern on deck. Stuchel. Base hit up the middle, no. Stopped by the pitcher. Throw to first, they hold the runner at third. Longstreth lined it right back on 1 hop to the pitcher, but played nicely by Paul Stuchel. That one was headed up the middle, and Stuchel did a nice job to glove it down. And now Hillsdale on their feet, 1 out away from a state championship, and Joe Kern, who struck out 3 times against Stuchel, will step in. Looks at one outside for a ball. Govitz down at third. That one in there for a strike. Govitz at third. That run does mean something. It'll cut it to 1, but they need more base runners. 1-1 count. Joe Kern digs in. Here's the Stuchel pitch. Down in the dirt, got away from the catcher, but Gabriel all over it to stop it, and no advance to the plate by Govitz. 8 runs, 15 hits, 4 errors for Hillsdale. 6, 7, and 1 for Beaverton. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled away, late swing, chopped it foul behind the plate and up into the stands. And a 2-2 count on Joe Kern. 1 strike away. Coach John Mishler was down the third baseline all the way to talk to the home plate umpire about something. Mark Govich, the runner at third. He represents a run that would cut the lead to 1. The tying run at the plate. And a 2-2 count on that man, Joe Kern. Here comes the 2-2. Fly ball, short center field. That one may drop. And it's caught by the center fielder, Joe Beer, and the game is over. For the first time in Hillsdale school history, they have won a baseball state championship in Division III. Your final score, 8-6. Hillsdale over Beaverton. We'll be back to wrap it up in a moment here on the MHSAA MAB Foundation Championship Network.
Have the 2 teams report to the dugouts for the awarding of the trophies and medals. And again, all fans, you must stay off the field. After the game is over and after the presentation, you can go to the picnic areas and
If you once played high school sports, but spectating is all you. Photographs and championship games host
council will make the awards presentation.
Enjoy the action of MHSAA Championships on home video. FinalsDVD.com brings all the action into your living room of a variety of MHSAA final events. Leave the camcorder at home and watch the game from the stands the way it was meant to be enjoyed, and then go to FinalsDVD.com to get your keepsake video of that special moment. Some videos are available on site immediately after the game. Watch our website for information about ordering videos from MHSAA Championships from the 90s, 80s, 70s, and 60s. Check it out at FinalsDVD.com.
For every school, for every...
First one on the finals in Division III, the Beavers of Beaverton High School. Starting with the non-starters. Number 1, Jared Frushi. Number 2, Justin Vermilli. Number 8, Alex Strobridge. Number 21, Michael Lyons. And number 33, Dwight McCann. And now the starters for the Beavers. Number 3, Justin Streeter. Number 4, Jake Orr. Number 7, Joe Kern. Number 9, Ryan Longstreet. Number 10, Joe Bubba Dawson. Number 12, Rob Jazuski. Number 14, Mark Govitz. Number 20, Mike Murray. Number 24, Matt Lang. And number 44, Jason Blades. And accepting the trophy in Division III, Coach John Mischel of the Beavers, Beaverton High School. John Mischler. And now for the 2007 MHSAA Division III champions, the Hornets of Hillsdale High School. Again, starting with the non-starters, number 18, Derek Chase. Number 21, Adam Hunt. Number 25, Eric Skinzel. Number 34, Jonathan Faust. Number 41, Zach Adams. And number 44, Nate Yeager. And now the starters. Number 2, Craig Hinkle. Number 4, Joe Veer. Number 5, Mike Maystead. Number 8, Hayden Barabee. Number 9, Scott Lantis. Number 10, Paul Stuccio. Number 11, Mitchell Gabriel. Number 22, Pat Veer. And number 24, Mike Blanchard. And accepting the championship trophy, Coach Chris Adams. Congratulations to Hillsdale, the 2007 Division III baseball champions. Fans, you can meet your teams to celebrate and take pictures in the picnic areas beyond the main grandstand, the first and third base side of the field. We must clear the field at this time. We hope you'll stay with us for the next contest, the Division IV final game between Reading and Allen Park Intercity Baptist, which will begin in a little over an hour. If you're leaving for the day, Battle Creek Schools, Bailey Park, and the Michigan High School Athletic Association have enjoyed having you at today's baseball finals, and we look forward to having you as our guest at future events. Please drive carefully on the way home. We again ask your cooperation in picking up any trash near your seat and depositing it in the receptacles on the concourse. And a reminder to Hillsdale fans, don't forget to purchase your officially licensed